That's about the blocking in part, and now let's go with the detailings. For that, I'll just drop in a coconut tree right over here. Maybe should darken that. I'm using the rigger brush for this, and another one comes off there, and another one. Just creating that basic reference. Okay, something like that. Now I've loaded in some seascape green with lime yellow and whatever else was there on my brush, and just dropping in that individual strokes of leaves of this coconut tree. Reload that and just basically indicating those roughly. So now let's go ahead and drop in the tree trunk for this. Maybe the tree trunks going to come off like that. Okay, that's about that. Let's load up more of that color, and later on we can add in the shadows. Just loaded more of water. Okay, something like that. And for this one too, we'll add in just maybe it goes like that. There we go. For that, just like that. With some water and lime yellow and whatever color was there left out on my brush. Let's come right over here. Just sort of drop in a detailed leaf, just like that. I want it to be very sharp. Maybe sort of darken that to add in that extra depth. And I'll just add in some shadows over here. Just there. Maybe the light's getting filtered. Maybe we'll have another one coming off just like that. Just give some basic indications. That it's that easy. And taking some darker color. Okay, I'll load some black without cleaning the brush. Just come over here and drop in that shadow. So now let's go ahead and give some detailings to this mountain. For that, I've just loaded in some seascape green, touch of black, and some lime yellow on my tree and texture brush. Okay, and just maybe add in more of black. Yeah, that works. And I'll just cut this brush in that shape so that it works efficiently. Now with that same brush, let me go ahead and add in some texture over here. Okay, create that shadow. Yeah, create that shadow. Some more there too, and then in blue color, just indicating it basic roughly. Okay, something like that, and same over here too. So for the foreground, I've just loaded in some black, brown, and green, just sort of indicating some texture. Okay, something like that, and you can also tap it that maybe some shadows gonna be there, filtered like that, and some over here too. We load in a lot of black, just indicating it basically just like that. Okay, something like that. So now let's go ahead and drop in some detailings in the shadow also, more or less the same color. Okay, just over here and there. Don't want the shadows to be that long. Okay, and just tap over here and there, indicating some trees and stuff. Just lightening it up also, automatically it will get lighter and barely touching the surface. That will create all sorts of texture. Dropping on some thick paint. I've just taken in some brown and black, and let me go over here and drop in some shadows. Okay, so I've added more of brown now. Maybe it's gonna come till there, sort of do it like that. And darker on the opposite side. Okay, and at the bottom it will be extremely dark. That is one of the observations. Now let's do that same process on this tree. Just on the opposite side, dropping in some midtones and darks. So now let's go ahead and drop in some detailings to this background trees. Okay, just indicating it like that. And let me go with this, and I'll pick up some darker color. Maybe it'll be mostly in the dark. And I'll go back to that color. Just pick out some individual spots and just paint it there. Same over there too. Okay, something like that. And so now again with that same filbert brush, I've loaded in some white and some seascape green. And let's come right over here and just drop in the highlights to this mountain. I want decent amount of texture. So now it's some black. Drop in some shadows to this leaves of this tree. So first I just went with a mid-tone color. Now with this, skip some spots. Just like that. Using the rigger brush for this. Indicating the leaves which are in opposite direction. Okay, something like that. Just basically loaded in some black. Some over there too. So now with some seascape green and lime yellow, let's go right over here and drop in that color just over there. I'm just indicating it very lightly, barely touching the surface while doing it. Here's something out there and indicate some over there too. So now it's some white and lime yellow on that same rigger brush. Wiped off the paint. Let's come right over here and just drop in some indication of highlights on this, and maybe on this one. Not every one will get the same amount of brightness. Okay, and maybe this one too. Okay. And if you want, you can just give it some over here too. There's some basic indications. Okay, so now it's some seascape green. Let's come right over here and just drop in some highlights. Okay, some over there and some over here too. Maybe I'll take black for that. Okay, something like that to make it look realistic. So now it's some more black and lime yellow. Let's go over here. Just flattening the brush so that I get a chiseled edge. Just do it like that. Okay, and some over here too. Slightly darker in the middle. And I'm looking for that high contrast. That's just like that. So now with my filbert brush, mid-tone color, just gonna drop in some sort of thin waves there. Yeah, separation between the land and the water. And let's go ahead and drop in that same color over here because I liked it. Just look out for things which is working out and you can proceed with that. Okay, something like that, and some over here too. So now it's some green, black, lime yellow. Let's drop in. That's it in that color to get in that shine. Okay, just do it like that. And for the opposite side, I've just taken in more of that seascape green. For this painting, I've not at all used sap green, but if you want, you can use that. Because this is a tropical beach, I just thought of using the seascape green. Okay, something like that, and same over here too. Yeah, just like that over there. So now it's some grayish green color. I'll come over here and just drop in some basic indications of some shadows which are residing on the left side of the watercolor paper. Okay, create some pockets of sand, just like that over there. Just creating it very loosely because we don't know what's there on the other side, so just creating it very loosely and roughly. Okay, something like that. Now to make it look even deeper, I've just taken in some black, just sort of indicating the darkness making sure that I still keep those pockets of sand intact, and do it very loosely. Okay, something over there and some over here too. So now it's some white and brown. Let's come right over here and just drop in some highlights and sort of tap it. Look at that, just like that, and some over here too. And also I'll drop in that same color over there. Use a different finger. Here's something like that over there, and some just a bit of interest over here too. Don't overdo that. Look at that, just like that. It's that easy. And same thing with this one. Okay, some over there. And maybe the light's filtering across there, so I'll just drop in just a few of that. And some over here too. So with my fan brush, let's go over here and just indicate some texture. Just like that. And just sort of very gently like that there. Here's something over there too. And let me get that effect of watercolor of this water. So that helps me to get that ripples and waves. Now let's go ahead and add in some shadows. Greenery is behind. Okay, something like that. And for this, just at the bottom, very lightly, sort of creating that texture, maintaining the value of the color, and just the shadow. Okay, something like that. Let me indicate some sort of lightness there, just like that. Different finger to just blend it. That's something like that. Let's go ahead and add in some more highlights to this. Grab in some black, just add in that texture. Just like that, and maybe dark over here. With that, some shadowy leaves and foliage. Okay, and then okay, something like that. So now it's in black and water. Let's come right over here and just indicate some lip to these splashes of water. Okay, something over there and some over here too. Just using the bigger brush, you could even make use of the liner brush for this. Here's something over there. And some over there too. Just indicating some of those. Now I've loaded in some grayish brown color with some white. Let's drop that in. Just pull them back. Just like that. Put a lot of paint. Just pull it back. just like that. And let's give this also the lip. For this you need to chisel your brush. With this I come to the end of this painting. I hope you have enjoyed it and thanks for watching.